It's the NFL on EA Sports, and the wait is over for this rivalry game. It's the Cowboys and the Giants on Thursday night primetime.
We're situated about 8 miles west of New York City at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you take a look at this Giants ball club. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the visitors here, the Cowboys, they've got to be pleased with the start to this season. Obviously, a perfect 3-0.
3 good quality wins, too. It's got people in the locker room excited. They're thinking that this could be their year.
It's 3-0 versus 2-1. A good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. They'll be led out by Dak Prescott, the 135th pick of the draft back in 2016 from Mississippi State.
And his stat line last week, that's not going to get him to the Pro Bowl. All right, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but they won. And so the bottom line for him is team won, managed the game effectively, led them to victory. He's doing all the right things.
He has it complete to Christian Watson. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 25 yards there on the catch and run. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, and he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 43. They'll try the left side with ETN. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. The numbers on the ground for ETN last week, pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
Prescott. Into the hands of the tight end, Dalton Kincaid. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
On 1st and 10, it's ETN. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Ball on the 8. It's 2nd and 4.
Yeah, here we go.
Off the option, here's ETN. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That play gets them 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
ETN will take it in for the Giants touchdown. And that caps off what was really a balanced opening drive for them, Charles. They work in the rushing game and the aerial attack, and they end it with a touchdown.
Strong in so many ways, wasn't it, partner? Their ability to throw it and run it and accomplish their goal, they've got to like the way that they started this ball game.
For the extra point, Cameron Dicker. It's up, it's good, and the Giants have a 7-0 lead. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it was capped off by a Travis Etienne touchdown run. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So out come the Cowboys under head coach Mike McCarthy. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith.
Okay, I'm not taking a turn to negative town, even though it's going to sound like it. The 2 interceptions he threw last week, those obviously have to be eliminated, and that was the focus of practice this week. But let's face it, Dick threw 3 touchdown passes.
And they got the win.
And they got the win, so I think it was a good week for him to work on things. Had some positives, the win being first and foremost. Now he's just got to eliminate those interceptions.
The numbers on the ground for Hunt a week ago. 21 carries, 88 yards.
Well, obviously he didn't have a great deal of time between games, having to turn around on a short week and get ready for Thursday night football. But he said in pregame he was feeling pretty good and felt more recovered from last week's contest than he would have expected. Didn't seem to think this short week was going to affect him much as he chases a big performance here in prime time.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. You talk about this Giant defense. They were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
And the big thing for them was the interceptions. And you hear teams all the time talk about establishing themselves against the pass. You know, no-fly zones and things of that nature. This group had a bunch of them in last week's game.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. So the completion good for just 3. And 3rd and 8 now. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Now Geno. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has a little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Here we go, 47.
Now Prescott. Finds his receiver, Watson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First down, Giants on a pickup of 14.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What, is it 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
On 1st and 10, here's Brown. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Stopped on the play by Jaquan Brisker. The Giants at 2-1 now to start the campaign, and they move back above 500 with a victory last week.
And you look at their start, a win, a loss, then a win. This might be something we see from them a lot this year because when they're at their best, they can play with anybody. But bringing their best every week, That's been a challenge thus far.
A gain of 8 there on the play. And that will bring up 3rd and 1. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
Hey, kill. 26.
Looking to throw. Prescott steps away to his left.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
It's not like pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of a guy trying to throw the football. And on that play, they ended up flushing him to his left, contacted him as he's trying to throw the football, and that led to the incompletion.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now.
Yeah, here we go. 26.
An inside give, Brown. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown.
Chase Brown, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Giants lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
Yeah, here we go. Right check. Here we go, 47. 26.
Here's Prescott. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open, just a split second too late on the release.
So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
2nd drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys.
As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
Hunt will try going up the middle, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Well, this defense for the Giants, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. A call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return, and it'll be Giant football 1st and 10.
Yeah, here we go. Like that. What do you think?
They'll start on the ground. ETN.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
50 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Yeah! There we go! Like that.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Ready to roll for the second quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Yeah, here we go. Like that.
Straight ahead, ETN. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47.
He'll get 15 and a Giants 1st down.
Yeah, here we go. Like that. 47. We're going to 54. Wide in. 26.
Off the play fake, Prescott.
There's a short one pulled in by Simmett.
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Hey, 47.
To throw is Prescott.
A short throw pulled in by Kincaid.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll bring up 2nd down. There it is, the defense waking up after 3 plays that hurt them. Finally, they stand up.
They have a little pride, too, you know. 3 straight 1st down type plays. Yeah, they wanted to make one stick on their side, didn't they?
A handoff running left is ETN.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19.
And he continues to have success running the ball here in the 1st half as he's already closing in on 100 yards for the game. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Yeah! Here we go! Ready, take! Ready, take! Here we go, kill! Here we go, go to 54, go to 54. Ready, take!
Here's Prescott. Got a man, it's Brown. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Here we go, 46, 46. Hey, kill!
Now Prescott. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. A.J. Brown, his 1st touchdown on the year. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point try now from Dicker.
He's got it, and it's 17-0. So this drive spans 7 plays.
And it's capped off by an A.J. Brown touchdown.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field.
Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive.
Throwing now is Geno.
Well, this one complete. It's Rashee Rice.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. Now it's Smith. Throw left side, complete. That's Hunt. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and it's second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Throwing is Smith.
Another completion here to Hunt.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up a third down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Again, Smith.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 27-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Handoff up the middle, Hunt.
And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. From the gun, here's Smith.
There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson.
It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down.
Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3.
So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD. And it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
Wide receiver A.J. Brown, you see he and the rest of his mates returning to the field here.
There's a lot of talk in training camp about him getting off to a hot start this year, saying that they needed that. Well, he's done it through the first month.
It kind of reminds me of one of those great musical groups where one person has their name out front, then they have the backups, right? He's the guy out front because the backups, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, but we're going to the headliner each and every time. And that's not easily done because, you know, all the defenses are kicking towards him right now. That means he's fighting his way through traffic, finding ways to get open, even when he's not supposed to be.
Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. Throwing. Prescott. Flushed out right. And Watson has it right side. 7 yards there and a first down.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Prescott now. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack.
That is Joshua Hines-Allen working his way in for the sack.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And on third down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back.
Here we go. Here we go, going to 54. Why is it? Here we go, 46. And 47. 26.
Prescott to throw it. That is caught. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
Another catch for him there, and the numbers starting to stack up a bit. He's closing in already on a 100-yard gain. We're still in the first half.
Yeah! Here we go. Wait, take. Here we go, kill. Wait, take.
On first down, he'll drop to throw.
Open man down the field. It's a tight end Senate.
And all the way in. Touchdown, New York.
Ben Senate
With his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Giants have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Dicker. Attack on the extra point.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. That time a 6-play drive. And it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Dallas offense set for this next drive.
It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3-point CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Out of the gun, Smith.
Throw right side, hauled in by Dobbs.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already.
Swings this out for Hunt.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Geno now to throw. He's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40.
Now a 2nd and 6.
Here we go,
Smith. This is caught by Robinson. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Now Gino. There's a short one caught by Johnson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Now Smith. And a quick throw here, that's complete. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
A shotgun snap for Smith. And he is going to lose yardage here. The final shot here before break. Smith. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. So we've reached halftime here at MetLife Stadium with the Giants out in front. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay.
And we'll jump right over halftime and keep the game going here in Week 4. Second half kickoff ready to go.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Cowboy offense set to go to begin this third quarter. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Back to throw, Smith.
There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, part of their struggles in the first half was their inability to convert consistently on 3rd down. But how about this well-designed play? Gave himself plenty of options and able to get the hook up and keep the drive going.
They'll run with Hunt. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46.
It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line.
There we go.
Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
They give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need them to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
The Giants offense and Dak Prescott getting ready to go once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Here we go. Right take.
They defer to Brown to start the drive. Skirts by him at the 35. And he'll get this up to about the 40. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Eluding the pressure right. And this is caught. It's Brown. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 36.
Here's a give to Etienne. It was T.J. Edwards who brought him down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
Hey, kill. Chip. Here we go, 47.
To throw is Prescott. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9.
You take a look at his receiving numbers so far. He's been terrific. Up over 100 yards now for the game.
We're going to 54. Why here? Here we go, 46. 26.
Now Prescott. Now he's got it. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott.
And the Giants are able to extend their lead. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the 3rd quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Extra point try now from Dicker.
And they open the lead up now to 25 points. So the drive there took 6 plays.
And it's capped off by an A.J. Brown touchdown.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And he takes this near the 25, just a little past there, call it the 26. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
Throwing now is Gino. Pass incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Over the middle, complete. It's Hunt. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Dallas. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. A 40-yard punt, no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
So now the Giants set to take over on offense. They played the Browns last week, got the victory in that game, and so far so good as they've got the lead here.
Yeah, here we go.
Now ETN to start the drive.
Marlon Humphrey with the tackle defensively.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a 1st down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
Now a give left side, Brown with it. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Here's Prescott.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Yeah, here we go.
This is Brown going up the middle.
And it's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 42 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
2nd and 7.
Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Go to 54. Go to 54. Why? Here we go. 46. 46.
Prescott.
Over the middle here, it's hauled in by Watson.
They just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, here we go. Hey, kill. Here we go, 47. Then we're going to 53. 26.
Here's Prescott. Got a man. It's Brown. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 25-yard line. Well, this defense just has not been able to keep him under wraps. That's now 10 catches for him in the ballgame. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
Yeah, here we go. Wait, check.
ETN up the middle. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Hey, kill. Here we go, 47.
Now Prescott. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the Cowboys are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. The time to get another look at this Cowboys offense. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth quarter hole. After the interception, here's Smith. He'll leave it for Hunt, complete. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down. Now it's Smith. Another completion here to Hunt. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And just like that, it's 3rd down. To throw is Smith. That is caught. And he will have a Cowboys first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. To the air again, Smith. Escaping the pressure right. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
Short completion, just 4 yards. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
Here we go.
Here's Smith. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Throwing is Smith. And he completes it to Hunt. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Being chased out left. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Here we go.
From the gun on 3rd down, Smith.
This pass caught. It's Dobbs with it. And he will have a Cowboys first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
Hey, here we go, hey.
Geno now to throw. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd down and 5.
Now Geno. That's complete to Robinson. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only first down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on 2nd down.
Now he's forced out left. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
A shotgun snap for Smith. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th. Here we go on 4th. Smith. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. Oh, offensive nightmare there. You go for it on 4th, and the play doesn't even really get to develop a sack.
And it's so unfortunate, too, because you think you've got something good called, but if your offensive line can't hold up, that's often the result. They find a way back to the quarterback.
Wide receiver A.J. Brown, you see he and the rest of his mates returning to the field here.
He's been almost impossible to bottle up. You see that number 10 on your screen, a big reason why they have the lead.
One of the guys that's being featured in this game and making sure that he's targeted because they do trust him with the ball. That's why they go back to him time and time again.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Prescott to throw it.
A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. The numbers throwing the ball have been great. He's up over 300 yards now for the game.
So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away.
Here we go.
They'll run with Etienne. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. 98 yards now for Etienne, and he's got a first down.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And despite a nice juke there, really good move, he only gets about a yard, and it brings up 2nd down.
2nd and 9.
Yeah, here we go.
On the handoff, this is Brown. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Hey, 47. Here we go, kill. Here we go, go to 54, wide.
Prescott now.
Throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete. But their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
That would have been from way downtown. Pretty big roll of the dice, and he comes up a bit short.
Yeah, you knew when you saw the holder setting up on the other side of the 50 that this was going to be a long shot. But to me, there's really no loss here because you've shown confidence in him. Kicking it from a long distance, that'll pay dividends. And the miss, you can shake that one off. It wasn't likely to make it in the first place.
Now Smith. Throwing middle, and it's complete. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Second down in the yard. Back to throw, Smith. Swings this out for Hunt. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Throwing now is Geno. And he's got his man in stride, complete. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Here we go, here we go.
Smith throwing again. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. I think this is what this game's become now. Just go deep, see if we can get something to go our way.
Yeah, not the most creative or most inventive play call there, but not much has worked for them throughout this game. They're almost at a loss about what to dial up.
And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for the Jets, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week where they take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for Dallas, they're going to fall to 3-1 as they suffer their first loss. And they'll be on the road next week as they travel to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.